Hi guys, I'm Kristen. This is Kristen is Fully Booked. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing all of the books that I plan to read or hope to read for the Kingfisher Readathon. I am so excited that this readathon is finally happening. My friend Sarah from the channel Bright and Bookish is hosting a 10-day Kingfisher Readathon for the last 10 days of July. So beginning on Friday, July 22nd and ending on Sunday, July 31st. We are going to be reading all Kingfisher books. I feel like Kingfisher is really having a moment right now with so many readers, myself included, discovering her for the first time. And my friend Sarah is a huge Kingfisher fan, and so they decided to host a Kingfisher Readathon. We are going to be reading all Kingfisher books for the entire 10 days. It is a team-based readathon, and there are 5 prompts as well as some bonus ways to get extra points for your team. I will link Sarah's original announcement video down below that has all of the details, as well as the Discord where we will be talking about Kingfisher over the course of the 10 days and what you're reading, how you're enjoying it, all of those things. But I just will share like a few details, and then I will tell you what books I plan to read for the readathon. First things first, this is a team-based readathon. So every book that you read gets you points that you put towards your team's total score, and then there will be a winning team at the end. Sarah is the host, the creator of this readathon, and that is the channel Bright and Bookish. Make sure to check their channel out, subscribe, and get notifications. And they are going to be the team captain for the team, the Demonic Chickens, which is a Nettle and Bone reference. And then we have 2 co-hosts, myself included. The other co-host is Kate from the channel Kate Coy, and their team is going to be the Saints of Steel, which is a Paladin Grace reference, and I am the team captain for the Gingerbread Army, which is a Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking reference, which is the only Kingfisher book that I have read so far and absolutely piqued my interest and love for Kingfisher's writing. The way the readathon works is actually really easy. There are 5 separate prompts. For every book that you read, you get 10 points towards your team. You do have to fill in like a Google form with all the info, etc. to register your points. But basically every book that you read, you automatically get and register, you automatically get 10 points. And those 5 prompts are to read one of her standalones, read all the books in the series, read a fairy tale retelling, read one of her novellas or a collection of short stories, and 5 is to read one of her indie or self-published books. Now, Kingfisher has actually published a significant amount of indie or self-published books, so there's a huge amount of books to choose from here, and it is Indie Accords friendly as well in that regards. Sarah's actually done us a huge favor and like a huge time-saving thing for us all by including all of Kingfisher's books that work for each individual prompt on the original infographic. So make sure to check that out. It totally took away the hassle of having to try to figure out which book worked for which prompt. Sarah has done it already for us. And then there are 3 ways to get bonus points, the first of which is super easy. You just have to read your most anticipated Kingfisher book for the readathon. You do have to declare what your most anticipated book is. You can't just decide after the fact. So when you decide of the TBR, like which one is your most anticipated Kingfisher book, you just write that on the Discord, let us know what your most anticipated one is, and you get an additional 20 points for that book. The second way to get an additional bonus points for a book is to post a review about it. And this could be on Amazon, it could be on Goodreads, it could be on, what's that other one? Books, Storygraph. It could be on any social media, like book social media that you have, whether or not it is a video on YouTube, a post on Instagram, on TikTok, whatever it may be. If you leave a review, then you will get an additional 20 points for that book as well. Now this means that if you read just a single Kingfisher book over the course of those 10 days, one book, it meets one of the prompts, one of the 5 prompts, you get 10 points. You can get an extra 20 points if you declare ahead of time that it was your most anticipated book, and you can get an additional 20 points if you write a review about it for that single book. So you can get your team 50 points for one book over the course of 10 days just by doing those, like following those 3 things for one single book. Now there is one final bonus prompt, and this one is the big one. If you have time in the course of the 10 days to read 5 books that cover each of the 5 different prompts, you can get an additional 50 points. Now 5 books is a lot to read in a span of 10 days. That's one book every 2 days, but I will say that Kingfisher's books tend to be on the shorter side. The one that I read like really quick and easy. I've heard that's the case for a lot of her other books as well. And there is like a specific prompt to read a novella. And I know for sure that a lot of the novellas work for the indie prompt. I'm sure there are some novellas that work for some of the other prompts as well. I just didn't take the time to check, unfortunately, because that wasn't how I did my TBR. But anyway, she does have a lot of shorter books, so I do think that it is at least possible to like reach for it or to work towards it or to see if you can get there, make a plan for it just in case, as I will be, because I honestly, personally, I'm also not sure if I'm going to be able to read 5 books over the particular 10 days that they are happening. Now, if you don't want to buy a whole bunch of books, I totally understand, and you're worried about not being able to get access in time at the library, if you do have Scribd, so many of T. Kingfisher's books are available on Scribd. Now, that is a subscription service I know not everyone has, but if you haven't tried Scribd before and you want to get access to these books for the course of the readathon, I will include the link for my Scribd like share thing down below. It gives you 30 days free and it gives me 30 days free as well, full disclosure there. But if you are looking to try it out, if you want to get access to these books, you want to give Scribd a go in order to do so, you're welcome to do that. Okay, I think that is all of the important details that I wanted to tell you about. As I said, the original announcement video is down below with all the details, as well as a link to the Discord where everything is posted. There's infographics, all of that stuff. So let's get into the books that I'm planning to read for the readathon. Now, for the first prompt to read a standalone, I'm going to be reading Nettle and Bone. Now, as of the date of filming, this is T. Kingfisher's newest release that came out just in April, but in fact, tomorrow, not my tomorrow, your tomorrow, she is releasing another new book, and that is What Moves the Dead. Now, I'm not planning on reading that. I think it's horror, but Nettle and Bone has been an anticipated release of mine for a while. And once I heard that Sarah was going to do this readathon, I had to keep hitting postpone at the library to save up Nettle and Bone for the readathon. I have been waiting for weeks now, and I can't wait to finally be able to take that out and read it. And if you were wondering, yes, this is also going to be my most anticipated book for the readathon. Now, Nettle and Bone, I do have a library copy for this, but it is also available as the audiobook only currently on Scribd. Now, for the second prompt to read a book in a series, I'm going to be reading Paladin's Grace. This is the first book in the Saint of Steel series, which is a completed trilogy. I was planning to read this book anyway. A couple of my friends have read it this spring, I believe, and both really enjoyed it, one of which as well went on a huge T. Kingfisher binge after having read this book. So I'm really looking forward to get to this. I think this one leads a little bit more in the fantasy romance route. I'm not sure. Taylor told me that it is like fantasy romance with some horror elements, but I've heard really good things. I know that Kate, the other co-host, has read this as well, and I believe that she really likes it. Like her team name is Saint of Steel, so I'm pretty sure this was a solid read for her. And for Paladin's Grace, both the ebook format and the audiobook format are available on Scribd. Third prompt is to read a fairy tale retelling. There were a few to choose from. There are also some books that have like a fairy tale feel, but that are not fairy tale retelling specifically. So Sarah has done all of that work for us and categorized them separately on the prompt, like infographic sheet. So the one that I'm gonna go with here is Bryony and Roses, and this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I don't know anything else about it, but it is available as both the ebook and the audiobook on Scribd. I have read a fair few Beauty and the Beast retellings in my day, but I feel like T. Kingfisher is going to bring something like with her writing and her quirky kind of dark humor that I don't think I have read before in a Beauty and the Beast retelling, so I'm really curious to see what she does with this. For the fourth prompt to read a novella, I actually can't decide on this one. I've got it narrowed down to 2. My options here are 9 Goblins or Minor Mage, and I'm just gonna see what one I'm in the mood for when it strikes me that week. Maybe I'll have time for both. Who knows? I doubt it, but whatever, maybe. I will give you just like the briefest of briefest synopses for these ones here, because I think they sound kind of funny and wild. 9 Goblins is, when a party of goblin warriors find themselves trapped behind enemy lines, it'll take more than a whining and a bemused elven veterinarian to get them home again. 9 Goblins is a novella of low, very low fantasy. I haven't heard anything else about that one. If you have read 9 Goblins before and you know what it's about, let me know down below. I just thought it kind of sounded really fun and quirky. Minor Mage is the other novella that I'm thinking about. This one has a very similar aesthetic for the cover as A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking, which has a kind of unclear genre age range. It feels a little bit YA, it feels a little bit middle grade, but there's definitely Disney Pixar jokes or stuff there for the adult readers as well. I've heard that Minor Mage is a similar feel in tone, but much shorter even. I would almost go so far as to suspect that it takes place in the same world, but I don't think that that's like a confirmed thing. I know that they're not related. But anyway, Minor Mage follows a boy named Oliver, who is a minor mage, whose main spell is that he uses a spell to get rid of the allergies that he has to his pet armadillo. That's all I know about it. It kind of sounds fun. And then finally for the 5th prompt, which is to read one of her indie or self-published books. There were tons to choose from. I had no idea which one I was going to pick until I realized that The Raven and the Reindeer has a Danish connection. It is apparently a retelling of The Snow Queen, which is a story written by Hans Christian Andersen. So I thought, you know what? It's got like this, it's like a Danish retelling. I gotta read that one. Now I don't actually know the story of the Snow Queen. Maybe I will look it up. Maybe I will read it in the future. But anyway, here is the synopsis. When Gerda's friend Kay is stolen away by the mysterious Snow Queen, it's up to Gerda to find him. Her journey will take her through a dangerous land of snow and witchcraft, accompanied only by a bandit and a talking raven. Can she win her friend's release, or will following her heart take her to unexpected places? I'm wondering if Gerda is the reindeer, or Gerda or the bandit is the reindeer. Not sure. Oh, and The Raven and the Reindeer is available only as the ebook on Script, I believe. I'm not sure, but there was lots of audio and lots of ebook options for T. Kingfisher's books there. But those are all the 5 or 6-ish books that I am thinking or planning to read for the readathon. I definitely have like a priority sequence that I'm going to be reading them in. Definitely Nettle and Bone, then probably Paladin's Grace. After that, probably Bryony and Roses. And then The Raven and the Reindeer. I'm not sure. The top 3 are like solid. Those are the first 3 I think I'm gonna read. And then we'll go from there to see if I can get all 5 for those extra 50 points. If you're planning to do the readathon, let me know down below. I can't wait to meet everyone in the Discord. If you are going to join Team Gingerbread Army, the best team, the right team to join, let me know, hit me up. But obviously, Kate and Sarah are both also amazing. So if you join one of the other teams, that's allowed as well. I will see you guys there. Looking forward to this. I'm gonna be doing a reading vlog, I think, over the course of the 10 days. So you can hear all of my full T. Kingfisher spoilery thoughts after the end of the readathon, but you can get them live on the Discord while it's happening. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. Bye.